The E3 is a self-restoring fire alarm panel. If there's a problem with the panel, the problem is fixed, it goes away. You don't have to do anything at the panel. Let's see if I plug this battery back in. Fault battery on there. We'll take it a second. There it goes. Cleared itself. It's back to system normal US Coast Guard. That's what you want to see. If you don't have that, then you got a problem out there somewhere. If the trouble light's lit, you can scroll through the events like this. See what I'm doing here, you guys? See these two buttons? Let's take a look at some of the stuff that's on here. I'm going to erase this in a second and clear this panel out, clear its event log, okay, Don?
So we start fresh.
What's that?
So we start fresh from here.
Yeah, and also so it doesn't get full. One thing about any fire alarm panel or any computer, anything, is as the memory starts to get full, sometimes they don't work as well. You know, just like your computer at home. You know, you drag too many songs or movies in there, eventually it's going to start slowing down. The fire alarm panel is the same way. So you can scroll through the events like this. This is the event log that shows us the last thing that happened. Fault was restored on the battery. And here's some of the other stuff that's been going on from testing. Off normal restored supervisory switch. So if you look at this supervisory switch, it's not giving you a lot of information. Hit the backspace edit. It'll give you the location. Building 100 pre-action panel trouble. If anything happens to the clean agent panel or the pre-action panel, it's displayed on here. So if they have a trouble with their panel, battery fault, bad device, whatever, it's going to show up here as well. This panel is going to sound off. It's going to light the light at the annunciators on the first and second floor. So really, this panel is going to be the one that tells you what's going on with the entire fire alarm system in the building. Okay, so it will direct you. It'll say trouble, clean agent, or trouble pre-action. From here, you go over, take a look at the pre-action panel and see what's going on.
So he's trying to change it now, so if you do a bypass on the pre-action, it'll show up on here?
Correct. It should be that way. So yeah, he's going to set it up so that if anything's bypassed on his panel, it'll be displayed here. So that it'll probably be displayed as a trouble. So that again, it will direct you back over to that panel. That panel has its own lights that light, and you'll be able to figure out what's going on from there, hopefully. So what I'm going to do here is there's several functions you can get into with this fire alarm panel. All of them are available through the menu. You got your configuration, which doesn't allow you to do much programming, but maybe a little bit. Walk test drill, the clock, the log. The log is the one we're after. Type password for level 2. I haven't changed any of these passwords. If it asks for a level 2 password, it's all 2s. If it asks for a level 3 password, it's all 3s, and so on. Level 4 being the highest password. I'm not going to change the passwords. I'm going to clear this log. Number 3, clear log. Hit OK to clear log. It's going to reset the panel. There it goes.
Now, when you reset this panel, it won't reset the other one, or does it?
It will reset that one as well, yeah. That one just flashed up there, but only the log here is cleared, not that event log up there. But I did clear that one the other day. You have in here some phone lines. I'm sure you guys saw this blue wire hanging here. At this time, it's not going to be used. These are phone lines if we wanted to monitor this fire alarm panel and send it to an outside service, a central station. Most fire alarm panels, when anything happens, they call someone. Then they turn around and they call you if it happens in the middle of the night. Your panels here are not monitored by a monitoring service because you guys stand a 24-hour watch. So it's up to you if something happens to take a look at the panel and then take appropriate steps, whatever your steps are. because it will not call the fire department. Okay?
Is this panel here your different zones, or?
This one right here does some different functions. I'm going to program a couple of them in here in a second. And a lot of them are just stuff like reset. They're similar to the buttons that are right here. The reason these buttons are in here, they call this an AMS 16, is that if there was a particular function that you guys wanted from this fire alarm panel, I could add it in and program it into one of these buttons right here. Nobody's made any real requests yet for anything special, like to bypass duct detectors, for instance, bypass horns. I could program it into one of these switches. So that might be something that you want to think about, Don, if there's something.
Yeah, we're going to do this the first year. We've got it's basically a trouble contract with you, I guess, the first year.
Yes.
And within that year, if something comes up, then we'll let you know in the first year.
Okay.
So that way we still have options to do some other damage to it.
Okay. And if you come across anything where you say, I would like the fire alarm panel to be able to disconnect the horn strobes at the push of a button, let me know. We'll come down and program that in. Okay, a couple other functions of this fire alarm panel are the elevator. This fire alarm panel handles the recall and the shutdown of the elevator. How the elevators work is right outside of the car door, there's a smoke detector. If that smoke detector goes off, it causes a relay to change position over there through this panel, which will cause the elevator to go up to the second floor. The doors will open and you won't be able to use it. If the smoke detector on the second floor goes off, the elevator drops to the first floor, the doors open, you can't use the elevator until you reset it and reset the fire alarm system. Okay? If the heat detector in the elevator equipment room goes off, it's going to drop power to the entire elevator. It's going to shunt trip. That relay right there, Dawn, is our shunt trip relay. Label the breaker. Release your elevator. Breaker right here is a circuit which shunts the 480 to the elevator. Okay, that's why it's locked off. You're familiar with the shunt trip relay or breaker, right? Okay. So if the heat detector in the elevator equipment room goes off, it will drop out power to the elevator equipment room. The reason it does this is the heat detector is set for a slightly lower temperature than the sprinkler heads are. So when the heat detector goes off, it knows that it's probably only got about 60 or 70 degrees until the sprinkler head goes off in the elevator equipment room. We drop power out to the room so that if there is a fire in there and somebody walks in there, they don't get electrocuted. Okay? So if that happens, you're going to have to reset the fire alarm panel, followed by resetting the shunt trip breaker for your elevator to come back on. Any questions? Technical questions, Don?
Just the power to the elevator, you know where that is?
It's, I mean, I could ask Karen, it's going to be right in here.
It has that one
Here. Yeah, we'll have to ask Aaron. I believe it's right here.